From Ottawa is Craig Watson, a bus driver and scheduling representative for the Amalgamated Transit Union. And once again, he's joining me now on the line from the nation's capital. Thanks for being with us. So can you explain, the strike is over, but there's no deal. What does that mean?
Hi, Marcy. What it means is that the Parliament was going to order us to binding arbitration. So the city contacted the union and us basically said, listen, since we're going to be back and it'll take up to 3 weeks to go through Parliament, it would be much better if both parties just agreed to the full binding arbitration and to go back to work and provide service back to the citizens of the city of Ottawa.
So, Mr. Watson, does that mean that one or both sides are feeling a victory or a loss tonight?
I think both sides are really up in the air here. We'll have to see what the arbitrator decides. The union would never wanted to go to arbitration. It wasn't till about five weeks into this that we said this might be the only way to solve it. We would have preferred to reach it at the negotiating table, and I know the city didn't want arbitration. They didn't want binding arbitration. They preferred. They think that they won't do as well. And can you remind us again, Mr. Watson, the sticking point in this strike? It was over scheduling, correct? Yeah, the biggest sticking point has been the scheduling issue. The we took a 2% cut in our salary back in 1999 to get the current scheduling system we have. The company wanted to take that away without reimbursing us in any way, shape, or form. Their goal was to get to change the entire scheduling system to try and save lots of money on the backs of the drivers, and they even told us during one negotiation that they expected the drivers out of our salary to pay so that they could put the service on time, which is nobody asked their workers to be the ones to take the pay cut so they can put service on time because they don't schedule correctly here. Now, people in Ottawa, we know right across the country because we've been seeing the news stories, we know people have been very upset and disrupted by this 51-day-old strike. Did you feel any sympathy for those folks while you were out? Yeah, we've had a lot, it's been unfortunate. Some of the horror stories we've heard, and it's been almost heart-wrenching as a driver, and you'll think back to what we could have done differently to maybe not go down this road. And, I think both parties need to collectively shake their heads and say, look what we've done to the citizens of this great city. And unfortunately, I think that the city did a lot more wrong than we did wrong, but I'm sure there's a bit of guilt on both parts. And we're just looking forward to getting back and really trying to help out the citizens of this city, and we want to get things back on the road as quick as possible. And that's expected to be within a week, correct? Yeah, the city's saying a week, and we're thinking that we might be able to get it done sooner if we can get the Ministry of Transport in Toronto to extend some of the safety certificates because the buses haven't been on the road, so they haven't been getting jiggles and jolts and that. We'll have mechanics do quick. Mechanics should be back in as early as tomorrow, and they'll start going through the buses, and we should be able to get some sort of service on the street very quickly. It might even be in 3 or 4 days. All right. Craig Watson, thanks very much for being with us tonight. Appreciate your time. Thank you very much, Marcia. Good night.